This is the match made in heaven. This is what needs to happen. Aaron Rodgers coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's keep it 100. I think a lot of people hate Aaron Rodgers is because of his politics, maybe some of his interviews. I mean, there was reports saying that they had a rift. Aaron Rodgers came out and said that those were straight blatant slander against him. So I mean, is there this big rift between McCarthy and Rodgers? I mean, who knows? I mean, they won a Super Bowl together. Mike McCarthy's a perfect fit, and let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers picks apart defenses systematically picks apart defenses, just picks them apart. And that's why you need Aaron Rodgers because he's an ultimate coach and field general on the field. You want to get better on offense. You want to get more new aged. And that's bringing a West Coast style of offense to Pittsburgh with the 3-4 defense, which Mike McCarthy runs. I'm going to keep drilling this point. He got interviewed today. The Pittsburgh Steelers just put it out. It's official. Mike McCarthy was interviewed today with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they even said they want to bring Aaron Rodgers back. So with Mike McCarthy, you get more investments on offense. You get maybe another wide receiver that everybody wants. Maybe you get a little bit better up front on the offensive line. You let Broderick Jones go. Maybe bring Samalu back for cheap. And then they have so much money in salary cap, they can go out and get whoever the best lineman is available. If that's the direction they choose to go in, cut a Jalen Ramsey. That's a top tier offensive lineman if they really want to get one. So to me, I mean, the decision's clear. Aaron Rodgers. I know everybody wants Will Howard, and let's be honest, he's not ready to be a starter in the NFL. He's a 6th round pick. You don't have to bring him along. You don't have to instantly make this guy into a starter. Brett Favre, it took a while. It took Aaron Rodgers a couple years behind Brett Favre before he finally went out there and became the player that he is. He sat behind Favre for years. Favre was a backup early in his career. Steve Young was a backup early in his career. Ben Roethlisberger was thrown in the fire really early as a rookie, but I mean, essentially started 1st round pick, top 15 overall, started his career off as a backup and was thrown in the fire. And that's like, that could be the spark you need. But you let the guy learn. You let the guy go through the motions, read the defenses, go up against scout team, and basically be a pro. And being a pro is a lot of it is in the off season doing work to get yourself better, to get yourself ready, to get yourself in football shape. And the union nowadays with the NFL, they give all these players days off, barely any practices, barely any training camp or off season anymore. So it's on the players really to go out there and get better and improve. Obviously, the coaching staff, when you have them in the building in the facility, but you bring a Will Howard along behind Aaron Rodgers one more year. I mean, what's one more year? Wait on drafting a quarterback. There's not too many appealing quarterbacks in this draft. You can get one next year. Wait. And then you have Will Howard and then another guy. And that competition is going to make both of them better. And then you have two young quarterbacks learning this offensive system, a new offensive system, and you can still keep the core on defense. Bring Aaron Rodgers back. Bring Mike McCarthy here. It's a match made in heaven. McCarthy's a perfect fit. Rodgers has been here. Can't keep changing quarterbacks every year. You got to have a little bit of consistency. Keep the quarterback room as is, and add a little bit more firepower on offense. Keep most of the defense. I see a Ramsey contract as one you can get off for $19 million and find a cheap, a better, no, not better, but someone at least serviceable for way less money to go at that safety position. Possibly draft one because they have 10 draft picks. You could throw one at safety, and then the rest goes to offense. Maybe another wide receiver, maybe another lineman. Maybe if they decide they don't want to pay Gainwell, that's what a lot of people say. You don't pay running backs. You can find one in the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th round. Pick themselves up another running back that fits the West Coast scheme. I think Gainwell was perfect for West Coast schemes too. He just had an MVP type year with Arthur Smith. You put him in a Kevin McCarthy or Mike McCarthy offense that Aaron Rodgers is more comfortable running. Gainwell and Warren, I think, are just perfect fits for that type of offense. So it all makes sense in my opinion. Bring Mike McCarthy here, sign Aaron Rodgers, and let's just keep on the business of being the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that business is winning. Will this be 20 years in a row without a losing season? 21 years in a row without a losing season? You make this happen, in my opinion. And then worst comes to worst, what? If Aaron Rodgers sucks completely, then you go to Will Howard. Okay. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, then you go to Will Howard. Okay.